Hello everyone, this is Maria, and today we're going to be taking a look at Cryptohopper. Now, I have done videos about this in the past, but I'm going to give you an overview, show you my settings, and to show you how I'm earning passive income while the market has dropped all the way to the bottom, and hopefully I can ride it to the top. Alright, so let's take a look inside of the actual dashboard. Go ahead and pause this. Alright, so you can see here, this is the dashboard, and currently shows you any open orders that you have. And what Cryptohopper is, it's an automated trading bot. So you will set up your configuration, and we'll go through that here in just a minute, and it will automatically make trades for you using your API key. So currently I only have mine set up to use Bittrex, but it does also support Binance, Kraken, I believe, and Poloniex. So I have no open orders. Currently, I have 4 open positions, Dash, Omise Go, Digibyte, as well as NXT. And you can see I'm using a very small amount. I just started off with $30. This is a high risk, and just because it's showing green right now, it could very easily turn red. So use caution, and this is why I started off with a small amount. But my thought is that since the market has bottomed out, or has reached some form of stability, this would be a good time to invest in this, or at least turn on my automated trading. So I started out with this amount here, 0.00753. Actually, I start off with this amount here. And then this is just the percentage of change. So I think I've been investing in this. Maybe I've had it running about 4 days now. It'll show you here what your current result is. So this one, Dash, has been open for 2 days, 0.95% down, and then 1.17 up for Omise Go, and so on and so forth. Now, what I'm using in order to trade is these signals, which I'll show you I am subscribed to, and they are free signals. And if we take a look here, okay, so you can see that it's probably almost a month ago that I had this bot turned on, and then when the market started dropping, I sold everything and turned it off. But since I've turned it on, you can see here from the 29th that it has given me positive trades. So I've made a nice little bit. And again, this is on a very small scale, but I like to keep it that way in order to limit my risk. So let's go over here to config, so I can show you my settings on how I have this set up. And they do have a free trial of 14 days. I'm using the Rabbit plan, I believe, which is the cheapest plan. Now, after reviewing this and watching some other people's configuration settings, a lot of them go with the higher plans, but they do, of course, cost more money. So as of right now, I'm just using the lower plan, which only allows you to trade 15 coins. So it's kind of the luck of the draw which ones they're going to select on Bittrex, and hopefully they'll be the ones that I have also selected. Alright, so we'll start up here at the basic settings. And right now you have the choice to name your hopper. So I assume that maybe you can give different ones different names. But this one here is called Bittrex Signal Hopper because I'm just using the Bittrex API. And it says give your hopper a name so you can identify this hopper when you have more than one hopper. Okay, exactly. Alright, and then I have it turned on. See here, now they do allow you to do paper trading. I guess this is something you can do. Trade only on paper, but not with real funds. With paper trading, you can trade with play money instead of trading with real funds. So if you're not too sure about it, use the 14-day trial and trade with paper money. But can't make any money like that. So anyway, I'm using the Bittrex exchange, and I had to go through the process on the exchange to get my API key and then plug it in here. And this will allow it to buy and sell on your account automatically. And then use ticker rate, highest bid, lowest ask. You can also set up for notifications. So for example, here it says get notified by email about your trades, your Hopper trade. So I have notification on trade. Okay, trade errors I don't have enabled, and notify on canceled order, don't really care. So let me show you just what it looks like. Oh no, well I had it open, but I'll show you here in just a second what it looks like when you receive a trigger, new trigger. Okay, so it says here, your Hopper has made a new trade. Underneath you will find the details of the trade. So again, I will get this email notification every time it either buys or sells a trade. So this one was a sell for Ethereum Classic, and it tells you the amount, the rate, and you can see I made a pretty nice percentage on that particular trade. Now again, we're talking about $30 and maybe $5 per trade. So it's not a lot, but you know, you could invest more, but I'm trying to minimize the level of risk that I'm actually taking. All right, so let's go down here and take a look at my buy settings. So it states here, some of these are at the default, and it doesn't really matter because I happen to be using signals, so I don't really need to set these. But this one is important, the max number of open positions. I have 5, and then max percentage of open positions per coin. I have this set. Okay, it says max 2 open positions per coin. Okay. Only 1 open buy order per coin. So sometimes what happens is that you'll get a signal and then you'll get another signal for the same coin. So next one here is enable cooldown. I do have that turned on because I don't want to get 4 or 5 positions in the same coin lined up, and then if that particular trade doesn't go so well, then I don't want to have a portfolio of all of those trades where I lose, you know, the majority of my money. All right, coins and amount. So this is what I was talking about. You have the 3 different subscriptions. I'm using the, actually it may not even be the rabbit, I think it's a kangaroo, I'm not sure which one it is, but it's the lowest level one. I think it costs like $20 a month, and it's payable in PayPal, or I don't think you pay with crypto. But my base currency I'm using is Bitcoin. I could use another currency, Ethereum, US dollars, or US Tether. So it may be good maybe to use the USD or the Tether if you want to make sure that you lock in your earnings. So by me holding it with Bitcoin, then I run the risk of when it gets out of a trade, and let's say if Bitcoin is dropping, then I'm going to lose some of my value. So anyway, basically what you do is you click on a coin here and it'll send it over here. You can have up to 15 coins. And then percentage buy amount, 10%. Determines the size of each buy order. This value is a percentage of your total assets, or the maximum amount. So again, because I had a very small amount invested, you can see I only put 0.0015 per order is the maximum, or might I say the minimum amount that they're going to be able to buy. Okay, so strategy, I'm going to be using signals only, and you do have the ability to use technical analysis. I'm not a trader, and I'm not very well versed in the technical analysis, so I'm going to just use a subscription-based service in order to tell me when to buy and sell. Now, okay, you also have the ability to set a trailing stop buy. This will track the currency price downwards. I'm not really so familiar with that, but I will show you what I'm using. So I am getting the signals, and you do have the ability, if you're maybe using technical analysis, or you could even be using your signals. You could take profit at a certain point. So I have this set at 5%, maximum open time to sell. All these are at default. I'm not actually using these sell settings. All right, so it says here, sell based on strategy. You see I do not have that turned on, and then it says hold assets when a new target is the same. All right, stop loss. So I do have that enabled. So stop loss percentage is going to be 10%. So if we were to go back to the main dashboard, and I showed you, I had my, I think it was Omise Go or Dash might have been down 0.96%. If I don't want to lose a certain amount of money or a certain amount of percentage because maybe the market goes another way, then this right here is what's going to stop it out. So I have it set, which is, I'll say, pretty moderate, 10%. Again, these are not big trades, but maybe if you had a lot more invested, then maybe you take this down to 5% to minimize your risk. So what I'm using in order to lock in my profits is a trailing stop loss. So enabling a trailing stop loss will trail the profit percentage upwards. So this is going to allow me to earn the maximum amount of money on a trade. So I will receive an external signal to buy, and then I'm going to sell it once the percentage reaches 3%. Then I am going to set a trailing stop loss percentage at 0.75. So let's say I purchase something based on a signal, it goes up to 3%. Once it loses 0.75%, then it's going to go ahead and arm it. So it's going to use a trailing stop loss, disable take profit percentage. Let's see what this says. When enabled, this will disable the take profit percentage and only use the trailing stop loss. So again, on the last screen I showed you, I had it set at 5%. So I could just take the signals, and then when I reach 5%, then it would automatically sell, or I can do the trailing stop loss, which will ride the percentage up a little bit further. But once it drops, you can see this trailing stop loss percentage, it's going to wait till it gets 3%, and then once it drops 0.75%, your hopper will try to sell your coin. Price drops by this amount, and your coin has been armed to sell if you set whatever. They're probably saying your arm loss here. So this is how I was able to make more than, let's say, the standard 5% that I had it set at. It's not really using that. But because I have it set up to use the trailing stop loss, once I get to 3%, then it's going to start trailing. It's going to set that arm. And then, so we'll say the minimum amount that I would get. Now, this is if it could execute. You say the 3, once it loses 0.75, which would be 225, would be the minimum percentage I would get. Now, again, this is determined whether or not it could get the order in on time, but it's designed for me to get a larger amount of profits this way. All right, so you also have the auto close. So some of the positions have been open for, X amount of days. Some people may not like to do that, be stuck in a position so they can auto close, but that can result in a loss. Shorting settings. I'm not really doing any type of shorting settings. And then you also have the ability, if you're in a position and it didn't go the right direction, and then let's say you get another signal and there's an opportunity to make money, then it could do some dollar cost averaging to take the total loss down so that the average price in which you got in, that it will allow you to earn some extra money. So that's pretty much it for my settings. Let me take a look over here to see if I can show you the subscriptions really quick. So, okay, so these are the actual subscriptions that I have, and I just have the starter package. I was really looking for these signals. Strategies, let's see. Yeah, they've updated this just a bit, but I was really looking just for these signals that I'm subscribed to. Here it is. Let's see. Okay, so I happen to be subscribed to the Altcoin Ninjas, and I think there's another one that's only for Bittrex. And again, this is where I get my signals from, and these have been working just fine. There are some pretty decent ones. I've seen other people with their configurations that use Crypto Grower. And you can see here they are used for different exchanges. Some of these say all exchanges, but I am subscribed to about 3 of them. And so far, so good. You do have to kind of work with this and tweak it just a bit. But with the 14-day trial to Cryptohopper, and again, I only start off with $30, it's something that you may want to look into if you are interested in passive income and working with an automated trading bot. So that's all I have for you. I thank you kindly for watching. If you have any questions, please put them into the commentary, and I'll catch you in the next video.